All right, folks, let's start at square one and take a look at the first 2 days of the NFL draft. Of course, we just watched the highlight tape or the piece that Gamecocks put together. Very well done. Xavier Legette, everyone calls him Legette, 6'1", 221-pound receiver out of the University of South Carolina. Pre-draft analysis. He weighed in at 221, ran a 4.39 40 at the combine. It's obvious he has a unique blend of size and speed. He averaged 17.7 yards per catch in 2023, and he's a threat to take the top off the coverage. Also tracks the ball well, outstanding ball control, and high point jump balls. He's built like a power back, but catches it in stride. Powerful open field runner with good instincts after the catch and in the return game. And I love that his comp is Jonathan Mingo. Do not feel like that's his comp, but I know that's what a lot of people want to box him in, but he's definitely very different from Mingo. Post-draft analysis. There wasn't a prospect that the Panthers showed more interest in during the pre-draft process than Legette. In need of an outside threat for Bryce Young, Legette is an explosive yards after catch threat that can turn shorter routes into bigger gains. Legette could assume the Chris Godwin role in Dave Canales' offense. I firmly believe that too. Last season, Legette had 10 receptions on passes thrown at least 30 yards downfield, which was tied for second most in the FBS. He was perfect in overall value, perfect range. Carolina watched as two receivers got drafted late in the first and traded back into the first to land in the top to get one of the top available receivers, who was 28th overall on some boards. Great signing. Of course, we've got the David Newton breakdown. I'm not going to go into that today. I'm trying to keep it pretty light. We will go ahead and take a look if I can. I'm going to try to pull up his stats here. Give me just a second. His 2023 campaign was by far his best campaign as a college player. We're going to share this here. And I mean, folks that follow the show know that I was like, this was my pick way before anyone else really thought about it, even considered it. Everybody said it's a reach. You can see the highlights of him running over here on the side. I like that. So overall, 1,200-yard receiving season, 71 receptions, 17.7 yards as far as his average, 7 touchdowns, 9 carries for -9 yards, and not really involved in the attack, although we heard from Dave Canales that it's a possibility to get involved in the game like that, being able to spread the ball around. But overall, I mean, solid stat, solid. I know some people have already called out, well, he's had some down games. I mean, every receiver is going to have a down game, but consistently, you can see 3, 5, 6 catches, sometimes 9. I mean, explosive game opening the year against University of North Carolina. Saw that firsthand. 9 receptions, 178 yards. We'll get to see some of those highlights. Follow that up. I know Furman's a lower division opponent, but still, hey, you got to be able to produce, and he did. Goes against the number one in the country, 7 for 71, 5 for 189 against Mississippi State. So the explosiveness is there. A little bit of a drop off against Tennessee, back up to 100 yards against Florida. Missouri, to have South Carolina's number recently, the Battle of the Columbias, but 1 for 20, and then 3 for 20 against A&M, 9 for 217 against lower. They're actually not FCS; they are Division I, Jacksonville State. 9 for 120 against Vanderbilt. We were there in person for that game. 6 for 94 against Kentucky, and 6 for 68 against Clemson. Also, if we go back, if you go back year over year, this was by far his best year as a pass catcher in college. Also has some experience in the return game. We saw a little bit of that last year when he had the kickoff return against Texas A&M. So I'm very satisfied with this pick. I am, like, if I'm going to rate these picks right now, I am giving this an A. So I like it a lot. Let's go back and completely balled out against Carolina. Now that is not balling out. I really like some of the plays in this game, just high pointing the ball, which is something that was talked about. going across the middle. You also get a few Spencer Rattler highlights, and hey, I still think Spencer Rattler going to be gone today. I don't know who's going to pick it up. Look at this high points. Oh my gosh. Right over top of the defender. Rolling out. Spencer finds him. The catch, man. That's what we've needed. Catch and run. And I know that's not expensive, but look at that carrying the guys. Those extra 3, 4, 5, 6 yards. That's what we're missing, man. Because you look at that yards after catch, dragging defenders, an extra 10 yards on that play. Fall down. It's not bad though. Another big, like being able to go up contested catches. Not to say that we don't have that, but man, another one. Oof. I mean, you really could just sit through or go back and watch this whole game against North Carolina and watch just to see his film from this game. Yeah, not much there. I mean, just the explosiveness there, man. So I feel like I'm even that little shovel pass. Look at the gain there, man. Just imagine Bryce Young just pitching it to him, getting an extra 3, 4, 5 yards every time. There, he barely stepped out, but almost broke it open. Just short. Well, I'm not gonna go through a ton of his highlights because I've already done that, and there's a video out there if you want to watch it. So I'm gonna switch over now